Okay. Okay, so welcome everybody. Good morning for some of you, good afternoon for some of you too. And thank you for connecting to this webinar, and tell you everybody also hello and to welcome you to the International Facilitation Week. This background I have here, it's because this week is going to be like it's been this facilitation week. So congratulations to all facilitators. What are we going to do today? Well, today is going to be, as you know, in this facilitation week, we will have a lot of different actions. And between them, we've got some related to sharing knowledge and sharing experiences of facilitation to show which is the power of facilitation around the world. So thank you everybody for connecting. Let me introduce myself first, because it was supposed to be Mayalen here, my colleague and co-founder also from Manahmana, giving you this speech and instructions, but unfortunately she has a little issue to attend before, so she's not going to be here. But well, I'm Aitor. I'm from Manahmana. I'm facilitator from IAF2. We are part of the International Association of Facilitations, and I'm going to be the one guiding the session today. And with me, we've got also people from Michelin. You can see here Delphine Llegó is here also with me, and also Íñigo Reyes from the plant of northern part of Spain. Íñigo is the project leader of, well, the case we're going to show today. And we also have Ainara coming from Fabrica. She's a facilitator. She's from the facilitator team too, as we are in Manahmana. And we're going to share like our experience. I know that it's 1 hour session. For sure, you will have a lot of questions to tell us and share with us. And unfortunately, having just 1 hour, it's going to be impossible to answer all of them. But you can write it down in using the chat, and maybe in the last part of the session, we will have the opportunity to answer some of them. Okay. So yes, let's start sharing like the case of cultural transformation, where we have worked in Michelin, here in the north part of Spain, in Vitoria. So I'm really happy maybe to start with you, Delphine, because, well, this is a strategical project and process for you. As Michelin, you are part of the central of Michelin there in Clermont-Ferrand in France. So if you want to, you can introduce you, and then we have like a couple of questions of, well, why did you decide to start a project like that of cultural transformation and related to employee experience? And then maybe share some details in, well, why facilitation was so important. So, yes.
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm very happy to be with you today and to meet new people doing facilitation. And I'm happy to share what we are doing with some people. They also in the meeting room. I can see Corinne and others. So I'm Delphine Giraud. I'm based in France, in Clermont-Ferrand, Auvergne. It's the headquarters for Michelin company. And I work in the HR department, and specifically for industry, for the plant and for the employee experience inside the plant. So we decided now, I would say 3 years ago, to improve the way we understand the people in the plant, and especially the operators, the line people, because we thought that at this time they were under represented in the way of listening to people. So because they not have always a computer, they are not always connected, they are very oriented to the production. They have time constraints, working environment, specific working environment, shift rotation, all that. So it was not with our organization easy to understand their pain point, how we can help them to be happier at work and to improve their employee experience. So I was dedicated to this subject to better listen to our people on the floor. And I started exploring some I would say, new ways of working. And one of the new ways of working that we experimented was using design thinking and facilitation to better connect with people on the floor. So, and it's what we will explain you.
Oh, yes. Great. Thank you, Delphine. Um, Going also maybe a little bit deeper on the role of that facilitation played in this process. What would you highlight? Like, why do you think like facilitation is important or not in this transformation?
Yeah. First, we thought about using design thinking because design thinking is really oriented to people to better understand people. So it's tools and process. It's a mindset to connect with people. So we used this approach, and then I realized that having just the process is not sufficient to really contact and interact with people, especially when people are working on a factory on the shop floor, and they need is unusual for them to discuss about their need, to express themselves, to be questioned, to do some workshop. It is not their normal way of working. They are on a production line. They have production objective. They have a very fast and organized rhythm at work.
Yeah.
So asking them what can we do for them, it's strange. It's something strange. They are not used to work like this. So using design thinking, we interact a lot, we exchange, we interview people. So it was a way to bring insight, but also it was a way to interact and to create with them a space when they can feel that they have the time,
Hmm.
they are outside of the production, that we trust them to think, to use their brain, to provide ideas, to build and reborn on ideas of others, and finally to create prototype and solutions. And to do all that, the process was not sufficient. We needed some people competencies
Hmm.
on how to create this environment, this secure environment when they feel confident, they feel listened, how to manage their energy, because in a workshop, we also, they used to work physically. So
Yeah.
how we manage the energy, the dynamic of the group for them to feel confident, to feel good, and to really trust what we do, and to really have this will of participating.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing, Delphine. And I will also add to this because I was one of the facilitators in this process. That it was titled Spark Process, and it was called Entun. That means listen in Basque language. And yes, I think it's about the method, it's about design thinking, but it's also about people, no, and about connecting people and also creating ideas between them, no, or with them and for them, because I think it's like we always say they are the experts of improving their own employee experience, no. just to have like at a glance an idea of the process, just I wanted to share with you an image we really use in this Michelin. We call it the spark process. Here in the bottom part, this is like a metaphor. In the middle part, you've got like the ecosystem. Each organization has its own ecosystem with different projects, processes, and also like different areas in an organization. And in the bottom part, we've got like this the start point, the starting point. No, it's like having like the purpose of what do you want to do, what do you want to achieve with this design thinking based process. No, then the pre-diagnosis is done with external facilitators. And then there we had the opportunity to select like different people from the organization and some of them operators, as you said, Delphine, to create these Spark teams, because these are like the main protagonists of the process. This is the group that is going to do this design thinking process step by step, discovering more and more which are like the issues they want to improve, defining like the main challenges, and then starting to prototype like the ideas. No, they want to put into practice and implement. Then you see the implement part, and then it's part of well impact and learnings, and it's circular because we always say that it's something that has to do more with ways of working that is going to be then fixed to the culture of the organization. No. But yes, today we have the opportunity also to have Inigo. Inigo Reyes is the project leader. I would say like the main warrior of the process stick to the plant to Vitoria. And Inigo, I would like you to ask, well, present yourself and also talk about what have been like some of the main challenges and successes of the process there in Vitoria plant.
Well, first of all, I want to say that for me, this design thinking facilitation way of working is something that I didn't know about a year ago, a year and a half ago. So for me, from the very beginning, was like a bright light that showed into the factory. I've been working for 25 years in a 3,000 people factory making tires. So even if I've never been working like with my hands building tires, I've been always part of the staff. I've been working in a factory anyway. So the way that the people behave and things are being done in a factory can be can be improved. And when I first heard about this design thinking and this facilitation, for me was like a new blood coming to the factory and new ways of doing things based on common sense. So the first challenge that I was feeling when someone was pointing me, do you feel like conducting this new project? And I say yes. The first challenge was to recover the trust between these two different sides of every factory that you can feel, like the workforce inside and the staff in the other side.
Mhm.
So, and it's not always like this, it's usually like this. Some people is feeling like I'm on the top because I'm the staff, I'm on the bottom because I'm the work power. So the first challenge was to really create the trust between these two collectives, and the only way to do that is with someone external. I mean, it's not the only way, but it goes far better and far faster than when you try to do it yourself. This is like in a way like a family. When you have a problem within your family, it's not the same thing if your partner is telling you you are doing this wrong and you say, yeah, fuck off. But it's not the same that if someone from outside is telling you, do you realize how you did that? You can do better. And then, yeah, you say, you think about it. And so for us was the light coming from outside to give us some new ways of working. This challenge of connecting these two different people, these different points of view on how we work in the factory, we needed the external support. So that was the first thing that that we were trying to work within the factory,
Definitely.
trying to convince people that the external people is coming to help us, all of us. You to feel free to talk, and some others to feel free to change the way of working.
Yes, and I think thank you, Inigo, and maybe Delphine, Inigo, you say like the external part is important, but I think it's like a triangle, no? Because it's like from Clermont-Ferrand, from the central part, they want to to make a change, and this is part of the strategy of Michelin World, but also the power of like local people in the plant, as Inigo, and also local facilitators that can be as Manahmana or Fabrica. I think it's the key also, no? Delphine, would you like to add anything? Yes.
Yeah, it's key, and it's a key success factor. I would say it worked very well in Spain. We had everything aligned from the plant manager, this vision of that we need to do something, this will of doing it. The plant manager was really a strong supporter of the project, wanted the things to change, ready to change the way of doing things, open to new things, open to the external people, consultant that we bring in, that you are part of. Wanted to have a very good competency in the project. Inigo was dedicated to the project with a very good set of skills. So everything was really aligned to create this environment of success, and these teams of yes, very enthusiastic people, skilled people, willing people, humble people, listening people. So we had really an opportunity, and having you as our partner in this project was amazing, because you knew the Basque culture. You were really local, connected with the people, having the good behaviors with the people. So we were all in different roles, in different company, but we work amazingly well together, even if we are from different companies and different structure, small startup and international company, middle one, and it was amazing how we work very well together.
Yes, yes, I completely agree with that. And yes, we talk about participation, but let's see maybe some images, a short video. We would like to share with you also a video to see and feel like the style and the spirit of the project. So now let's see how we did this work in Vitoria plant. And yes, here we go. So yes, that was like at a glance some pictures or moments of the process, and it was great. And yes, we have now the opportunity to talk also with Ainara, that is part from the facilitators team, because we were like a mixed facilitators team from Manahmana and also from Fabrica. And Ainara, so welcome and thank you for coming.
Okay.
And yes,
Hello.
let's
Thank
let's
you.
uh,
Thank you.
let's tell
Thank
you
you.
the first question is like, what do you think that facilitation brings to a company like Michelin? What's your point of view?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Aitor. Thank you for the opportunity to share with all you this amazing journey that we are having with Michelin and to share with you the challenge, of this project. And answer to your question, I will highlight like two main ideas. Okay. And I think that Inigo and Delphine, they have already talked about it. For me, the first thing is that facilitation creates the right environment for people to work together with more trust, more awareness, and also purpose. So in our work, no, in Enzun, in the project, and in Michelin, we don't just run sessions. We create real safe and empowering spaces where people can express their ideas, concerns, differences, no, speak up, ask questions freely. And also, I think that in that spaces they can build a stronger relationship based on trust. So this is, I think, key point in a project like Enzun that is based on listening and participation, not to be successful and also to truly improve the employee experience in a factory. So it's why for us it was very important to start the process creating these safe spaces because the Spark teams they have to collaborate together, they have to work together, and also they have to interact with many people during the process, not to get as much information as possible, not to improve and to have after the prototypes, etc. So I will say that our role, the role of facilitators in this project, has empowered the SPACs to acquire new relational skills, also to unlock the potential, no, the full potential, and also access to information that wouldn't have been possible without this empowerment. So this is like the first idea, not create that environment, safe environment, to have and to unlock all the potential of the Spark teams. And the second point, I will say that facilitation provides a clear structure and methodology to guide teams through the process in a more conscious and more effective way. So, as you explained, Aitor, the framework is design thinking. And that's the basis of the work. But I think that we have done a tailor-made design in each phase. So not taking in account the results we were getting and also taking in account the needs of the factory, no, we have been defining together. This has been a co-creation with Inigo, Delphine, and the facilitators team, no, to provide like a methodological design to the whole process. And I think that our role was also to take care of the process and of the results. And for that, I will say that it was very important also to respect the schedule, the timetable. No, this is very important in this project for two things: for maintain the energy. No, Delphine said that it was very important, and also to maintain the rhythm, no? To not lose the energy and to maintain the momentum of the rhythm. And as Delphine says a lot of times, it's very important to keep with a smile. So I will say that this was more or less our role. And something that Inigo told also is that as we are external facilitators, we aren't immersed in the internal dynamics, no, like tensions or loyalties that are on the organization, and this allows us to observe, no, processes or patterns or resistance and opportunities more objectively. So I think that that's important, no, and also we can make visible, for example, normalized cultural dynamics that can difficult the change. No, to be external can help on that, I think.
Yes, yes, yes. And thank you, Inara, for sharing that. And taking advantage of the opportunity we have here also, because we can see here Corinne is here also. She's running a process similar to this one in France. Corinne, if you want to maybe share some ideas also, because yes, we had our experience, but from your point of view in France and locally, tell us where are you located and how is it going, everything over there? And if you want to highlight some points, yes.
Yes, thank you, Aita and Hall. So for us, we are in the middle of a journey. So we are not so advanced than in Vitoria and in Spain. The way I can add is that the Spark journey is also a very nice opportunity for people in the plant to develop their competencies and also to find a new way to work together, not only for the Spark, but also in a general way. And I think that the global view to change and with the flow that is coming from the bottom up, it's something very interesting in the plan because, as you say, people that they are working the monitor have a solution, but sometimes it's not easy to put them under the light. And I think that the Spark process permits to everyone to have the right place in order to work together. And it's very powerful in the day-to-day, but also in the during the time of a Spark, but also in general. And I think that it's very interesting because it's done by people to people and also to have a new future and a future that they want, and not only a future that is coming from the central to the plant. So I think that it's very interesting and it's a chance that Michelin is giving to all the plants.
Yes, thank you, Corinne. And yes, I'm building on that. I think that it's also crucial to say that we live now in a lot of uncertainty globally. No, so I think it's the right moment to well start with projects like that that get people closer, really empower people and enable also to them to have like a global perspective also from their plans, no? Because sometimes we are all of us working in a specific thing or topic. Um, let's do a round because maybe Delphine, Inigo, Corinne, Ainara, you want to share something else or some ideas maybe came to your mind. Yes, Inigo is there.
Yeah, I want to share one thing. I think that one of the main points here is trust, and trust, you need to harvest the trust, and the only way to do that is with time and with fact. I mean, when we start the process in the factory, the first thing that we did was give people a surprise. People wasn't expecting anything from the company because, well, in the last year we had some troubles in the relations within the factory. So people was like, they didn't want to participate in anything. So we start with giving them a surprise, something that they didn't expect. Once that you've done that, you need trust, and trust you can generate it with things that you do and with people that they don't know. It's not the same thing that if I'm going to the people with the same blue and yellow dress from Michelin and told them in the same way that I usually do, than someone coming from the external place telling me and all the rest that we are going to do things different. So we made a timetable, as you said, and we fulfill every single step of it. So when we start generating trust, then you can count of people. You can call them and they come and they give their opinion. But this safe space needs the external help, because in any organization is going to be 100% open if it's always the same people talking. So someone external, as as a company that has been working with someone external in the last year, is it's one of the main reasons for success. I think this is what I wanted
Yes.
to say.
Definitely, definitely, Inigo. Here, the people is using already the chat, and Angel is asking us, "What is cultural change meaning in Michelin? Is it just about improving employee experience as general subject, or is the intent to get improvements in some specific elements, areas, topics, or the other way around? Are the areas of improvement defined during the process? What do you say, Delphine?
I would say both because from the central perspective, it's really key in your values in the mission culture. Then we put the people in the center of our initiative, and doing that is the way we do. But of course, we want them to express what are the improvements they are expecting from their environment, because it may be local, it can be at the country level, region level, or from central. So we want them to express what they think has to be improved, stop, start, and it's why we do both. We create the environment for them to express what they think is important in their daily life to have a better experience at Michelin.
Yes, I will also add that maybe well, the pre-diagnosis we showed in the image had also like this external first view, no? Like which are the big topics, but then internal people, and those are like the Spark teams, are the ones that are going to like go deeper in all those topics and those issues to explore more and more and have like a broader perspective of the topics they want to improve, no? And it's true that they are the ones selecting which are the topics that they want to improve, no? So that's related with what Corinne said. Like they are the ones like selecting the things. They are the ones having a more broader image on all of this, no? Yes.
And I will say
And it's
one
taking
more
the
thing
trust.
about that.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
I will
Yes.
say one more thing about
You can
that.
speak both, huh? Unai, let's put
The-
all together here. Maybe Unai,
okay.
Delphine, Nigo. Yes. Thank you.
I wanted to say that as when you work in the company that is willing to do this experience, you don't need to be afraid of the subjects that people, the topics that people is going to choose, because they are not dummies. They know what they don't like. People, they really know what they don't like, and it's not usually only about the salary and the holidays. There's plenty of other things that people want to change, and they don't want you to change their things. They want to change their own things. So the really good point of it is when you ask them, what do you want to change this topic, and how do you want to change, how would you do that, how might you change this for good? So this is the big question that need to be asked, because people know how to answer. They don't need us to give them all the answer all the time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Delphine, would you like to add something else? Or maybe Ainara, if you want to share something, or Corinne.
Yes, please go.
Yes, go. Um, yes, I personally think that it's really important to let them the opportunity to say what are the main important issues or topics they want to improve. Because as I said at the beginning, it's like a rounded process, no? And it's like a learning process also. It has to do also with learning and with improvements. And and I would also say that Spark teams, especially people that were working like in the machine and operators, were really empowered. No, now after 1 year and a half, when you see people talking with managers or anybody else in the organization, you can feel it that at the beginning of the process they were like, wow, the manager of the activity is coming, and they were like a little bit afraid. And then you say, so it's a way to do like more natural relationships between people from maybe different um, hierarchical points, but they are all important, improving all this experience of employee. No, but it has to do. I think it's more than exploring and answering to Angel's questions. It has to do more than it's more than employer experience. It's like the good excuse to start working on the culture and all what
Yes.
Corinne said. Ainara, yes?
Yes, I will also add that I think, and Inigo and Corinne will tell me, but that Enzo maybe has fostered a culture of participation and collaboration. I think that no, we are like helping to improve relations between people, and maybe not gradually they are changing their mindset and not taking new ways of thinking, acting, and I think that maybe they feel more comfortable to participate and give their opinion. So no, maybe there is a change of mindset. I don't know. They will. No, Inigo will say, but
Yeah,
the
I was.
relationship maybe better now, no? The relationship between people.
Yeah, actually, the main difference is that from in the first 2-3 months, you could feel that some people really liked this thing that we were doing, but they were saying nothing, and the people that they don't like, they were all the time, this is not going to work, this is sucks, this is blah blah blah. In the last 3 months, today is right the opposite. The people that is liking it is saying, "Wow, this is really cool because we can explain, we can propose, we can, we can be part of the solution." And the ones didn't liking it, they are like they don't say anything. So you can feel the difference between the first 2-3 months and the last 2-3 months. The balance is being different. Why? Again, trust and facts. So when you do what you say, people trust you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I can add something, it's also about emulation. Because at the beginning, it was coming from the operator. And after we can notice that it's also about all the managerial line. And it's very interesting to see all the energy that it's sharing in order to be in a better way, with more motivation, with more ideas and creative ideas for the way of life in the plant. So it's really about their day-to-day, and it's also how to prepare tomorrow. And this is very interesting because it's coming with small steps, and after it's really here, and after there is a possibility to develop. And it's very interesting to see that in 3-4 months is coming, and is not a long timeline comparing to the industry and all the process and things like that. So it's really very powerful.
Yes.
And as you say, everything we smile, and it's so important. So it's really, Delphine, it's a very good process.
It's a good indicator. Yes, we call it the banana.
Yes.
The banana. I think we have the Italian team as well.
Yes,
in
yes,
the
because
discussion.
Italian team also
Hi,
is there.
ciao.
Let's. Can you put here now the Spark teams facilitators Italia? I think they are there. I don't know if you have the opportunity to. Yes, here you are. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hi,
Buongiorno.
everybody. Here we are. Yeah.
How are you doing? How are you doing?
Tired.
Tired. They have just
Finished
finished.
3 days of working with the group.
Wow.
Very
Tell us.
hard, but we are very proud.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
very proud.
Can you present yourself like briefly? Who are you? Who are you?
Okay. I will start. I'm Nadia, so I'm a facilitator, and I bring the design thinking process into the project.
Nice.
I'm the other facilitator. I'm Ilaria.
I'm Marco from Michelin. I'm not a facilitator. I'm the project manager.
Approaching now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Approaching.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did it.
So now you are tired. Maybe it's a good moment to tell you, what do you think is like the most important part of facilitating a process like that? And which are like the key points from the facilitator's perspective, maybe?
I can start if you want. There are several points, I would say. The first one is working with people we are not very often in relation with, because basically facilitation is answered for manager, people in the offices, and so on. So working with the people in the ground, it's an honor, first of all, and it's not that often, not that recurrent, actually.
Mhm.
Second point is having the opportunity of bringing a path, because very often they ask us to make a facilitation for one shot, I would say. And in this case, it's a very transformative facilitation. It's a way of bringing people into a journey, which is a journey with facilitation. And the third point is really from the facilitator point of view, we are learning from each other. Yeah. And we enrich our practices by sharing, by confronting each other, sometimes in a soft, sometimes in a more tonic way. But it's very, very rich for us as a facilitator. I don't know if you agree.
Yes.
I very agree.
So?
I very agree. Yeah. I'd like to add something about the role of facilitation in this project. That for me, it's very important to work on relationship and a sense of community, because without that, it's not possible to commit with the project, to commit with the solution, and so on, and all the path. The point is to create a sense of community between people and the company.
Yeah.
The people that are not involved directly in the project. So yes, I think that it's the point.
Thank you very much, Marco. Yes, would you like to add something maybe from?
Yeah, I think for me the most important point from Michelin is the last point Ilaria said. So the connection between facilitation and the company, the connection between facilitator and the project manager, the trust between us. Because if we are a one team, facilitator and company, so we can win.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's really
Very
difficult.
difficult. Yeah.
I agree with that. And yes.
I would add also one last point, the importance of having an external facilitator on top of internal one as well.
Yeah.
Because it's true that you bring people into the process and internal facilitator could do it, but it's true also that the Michelin culture is very strong. So coming from outside give you another perspective on things and let the group, actually, the community disclosure the habits and the cultural habits and perception.
Yes, definitely. Would you like to add something new, or you were willing to say something else?
Yeah, I think that this teamwork is needed, and this creation of community, as you say. And I will say something more, that is, we need to create something cool. I mean, I have here plenty of things like this, for example, that we've been giving to the people. Like, this is just like, I don't know, it's nothing, it's not a big deal, but creating the feeling of a team is trust, is connection, is talking, is when we work with facilitation, Michelin, we know better how it works inside, but you know better how it should be working. So this connection is the right one. Yeah. So it's not that everything that we do is wrong. It's not that everything you propose is right. It's a mixture of both things. And when we work together and people feel that we work together, and we assume that sometimes, yes, this was wrong, we need to change that. It's not a problem to say that. We made a mistake, we change it. We make something wrong, we made it better later. So this confidence in saying that we can do things better, that's why we are bringing people from outside here to help us, is a great point of view. We are not ashamed of doing things wrong. It's just the opportunity to improve it. So this is the creation of community. When you start saying, I'm not all the time right, just because I'm the director of the factory, when you stop saying that, or when you stop behaving like that, people trust you and people allow you to do wrong and improve later. And this is the way of working.
Mm-hmm. Marco?
I have one thing to tell more. if you create a connection, a one team, you create a kind of protected area.
Yes.
And we have seen that the people, when they are in a protected area, they can free to explain, to tell everything. They don't have any fear. They are really who they are.
Yes.
They can do mistakes.
They can
And
do
it's
mistakes.
very
Exactly.
important to learn.
The right to
Exactly.
be wrong.
And this is fundamental for this process.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree, and I think
What in Michelin we call safe space.
yeah.
This is.
And doing like a metaphor also that you are Italian. Imagine like a perfect, totally perfect pizza. That's boring.
This is
It's a boring
Yeah.
pizza.
not only.
And I think that one key question in this process, it's like being honest to know that everybody's learning and we are working together. So when people sees also that sometimes we do mistakes, it's nice to tell them like, okay, we did that mistake and we are going to try to fix it, no? And then this maybe gets out some pressure because in manufacturing companies, especially, no, when we see it from outside, it's like, yeah, you have to do it perfectly.
Yeah.
And the
This
first
is.
time, no? Like boom, and it's quite
Humanize,
complicated,
no?
no? Yes,
Sorry.
humanize it a little bit.
Humanize the process, no? It's
Yes,
important.
Ainara, definitely. Yes. So, grazie mille, Italian team, for connecting.
Grazie.
Grazie a
We
voi.
knew that it was difficult for you after this workshop, but I really appreciate you connected. And
Thanks to invite
Delphine,
us.
yes, grazie. Delphine, yes, we talked about the global opportunity of doing this process in different parts of the world, in different plants. But tell us, which are like the next steps in this journey? Because here there are also some facilitators around the world in
Yes.
IAF, but also outside IAF that may be maybe interested to collaborate on this part. What are the next steps?
Yeah, and thank you for the question. It's important for us. We started in Italy. The first plant was in Italy. Then we work in Romania. We've been to the US for 2 plants and now 3 plants. We came back to Spain, to France. We have different plants starting in France. We have also in Hungary. So, and in Poland, we have some projects. So it's really mostly in Europe and in the US, also in Mexico. We have a project there. So the idea is where we are located and when the plant is ready to do, because as we said since the beginning, it has an impact on the plant. So the plant need to be ready to support this transformation and be open-minded to want to do it. So it's the condition of success is to have this environment inside the plant. Of course, the first one is the top manager. If the person that lead the plant is ready to change the plant, it's good. But and after there is other factors, but we need that. So yes, we have a project in North America. We have project in Brazil as well. We have project in Europe. So every time that we have this environment, having a plant ready to do a Spark project, I'm looking for facilitators around the plant because it's needed. It's mandatory to speak the language, to know the culture, to be in connection with the people, and even for you in Basque country, in the Basque country, it was key, and it was a key success factor for the project that you are Basque. You are from the area, that you talk with people closely, that you understand them, that you can feel, they can feel that you are connecting with them easier. It's not the same if we bring some people, even for other part of Spain or for France. It's completely different. So it's why I always look for facilitators, local facilitators, because it's key for the people, for Michelin people, to have this connection with people they trust, that they feel that they are close to them.
Yes, it's like the local connection, no, with people to really connect with them. Yes, I think that's the same in France, in Italy, in United States can be the same, no, or even in Brazil. Yes, just to let you know, we will send you an email to all the participants after these sessions to just let you know if you are interested in collaborating with Michelin, that maybe you can give us your contact details, and yes, let's stay in touch. So let's do like a little wrap up of the session. If anybody has like a little question before we close the session, we got like 5 minutes before we finish this amazing part of the afternoon or morning, depending on where you are. But yes, we had like this first moment to welcome you all and to see like why this Michelin project. Why did you decide in Michelin to start this kind of project of improving the employer experience, but going so far, maybe further, like improving cultural, organizational culture? We had also the opportunity to talk with Inigo, project manager, with Ainara, also from different parts from the world. Corinne, merci. Italian team, there you are. And then also we had like some moments to dialogue and share like about the key points. So if there is no other question, thank you all for your time and for connecting this afternoon or this morning. And let's continue with this power of facilitation. I think it's a like important day and important week to share like why it's important, all that. Let's see. Thank you. You say thank you so much. Thank you, Genia. Thank you, everybody. Maybe we can take a picture all together. Let's see.
Yes, good
Nice
idea.
flash mode.
Yes.
You can put your cameras. You can turn your cameras on, and those you have the chance to have hair, you can do what you want. The people that we don't, we can smile. So let's take a big picture here. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, nice. Let's see. We are a lot of people, so a couple of photographs. Thank you, everybody, for connecting. Yes.
Thank you.
Say ciao.
Thank you.
You, Delphine.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you,
so much for this
Corinne.
Muchas
Ainara.
opportunity.
gracias.
Yes.
Ciao,
Gracias.
Bye
grazie.
bye. Thank
Grazie
you.
mille.
Bye
Ciao.
Thank you
bye,
so much.
grazie.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye
Muchísimas
bye.
gracias.
Chao.
Felicitaciones a todos.
Bye.
Gracias a todos.
Eskerrik
Ciao.
asko.
Gracias.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Eskerrik Ciao.
Do widzenia.
Bye, bye, bye. Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, Tamara.
Gracias.
Thank you for coming. Gracias, Magda.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, Italia.
Ciao, Italia.
Ciao, ciao, sì.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao.